Let's go.
Mm.
Let's go. Actually, before we even get into anything, what is your thing? So, like, if you were a wrestler, there's always that thing that a wrestler does when they do a big move. There's the kip up. There's the let's go. There's the fist pump. There's the clapping. Maybe there's a pose you would strike. Like, what are you thinking? What could you see would be your like taunt?
Oh God.
Before I'm hitting my finisher, I'm saying GG no re.
What? Oh man!
Like he had that in the tuck. He was ready for
that. I think about this. I gotta be ready in case they call me up.
The funny thing there is that I haven't thought about that in so long, and I'm shit. You know what? I'm gonna think on that one because like there's so much of the character work that I didn't think about. Now you know what always get on my nerves though. B-Flem probably knows, like Sammy Guevara, whenever he would like get up at the top rope, be like, "Oh no, I'm crazy." I'm like, "Dog, like dog, you're not that crazy. Like, just slow it down."
It's just a top rope move, brother.
Yeah. But no, definitely not that.
Definitely not that. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is episode 34 of YFWP, your favorite wrestling podcast. I'm CrunkChocolate. I'm here with the show bros, B-Flem, Greggo. What's up?
I have been saved. My body is cured.
Thanks to Brock Lesnar. Hey, let me not bring him up. We don't want to start so melancholy. We got actually, I do kind of want to get some of a little bit of this bunk out of the way and then throw in some fun.
Mm-hmm.
This ESPN deal.
Yes. That part.
With WWE starting January 2026, PLEs will all be on ESPN in their app that they will be releasing. There are two tiers. There's just like the ESPN Plus that everybody knows and deals with. That is $11.99, and then there will be a third $29.99 or whatever, the $30 deal, and that's how you'll be able to watch all of the ESPN family of shows and channels. That is actual ESPN 2, all of that stuff for $30 a month on top of the PLEs. That doesn't mean that they're going to take Raw off of Netflix. That doesn't mean that SmackDown's not going to go off of USA. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, what are they going to do with all the shows and documentaries?
It's that part.
Yeah, so like it's fun and exciting for WWE to constantly put themselves in, but also ESPN, now that they made this stupid deal where they get 10% of the NFL, it's all just so bullshit nowadays.
No. The NFL gets 10% of ESPN.
Sorry, whatever.
And mind you, they also get
whatever. It's all
the company that bought CBS. They got a piece of them too. So it's like you got that. Of course, that's a whole sidebar conversation. But like, it's just crazy, like how the NFL is just that big to where they can buy a piece of their network partners. But yeah, continue.
But they're just everybody's in cahoots. It's all to like make everything seem more real, but also fun and friendly and welcoming, but also not real. I'm kind of overwhelmed. B-Flem, what are your thoughts on this deal?
We were talking about it a little before we started, but the more that came out about the deal, the more it kind of felt like a nothing deal to me. Mostly because, like, even outside of the $29.99 thing that people will have to pay, at least some people will have to pay, because if you have regular cable TV, like if you have Hulu Live TV, if you're on YouTube TV, it basically anything that has ESPN, you will get the pay-per-views at no extra charge, which is good for the consumer at that point if you do have that. If you don't have that, it's like, well, guess it's just fuck me then.
Yeah.
But the other big thing about it that we touched on a little bit is where's all the on-demand stuff going? I'm thinking it'll probably need Netflix, but it remains to be seen. NXT is not part of this deal, so it remains to be seen where the NXT PLEs go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like those are my two big questions. But anyway, I was personally pirating everything, but we'll get into why we're pirating.
I mean, of course, like when everything kind of dropped, like kind of like out of nowhere, yesterday, it dropped at like 6 in the morning, East Coast time. Like it was like
trying to immediately change conversation.
Yeah. And because mind you, like ESPN had just announced the NFL deal of like not even like 24 hours before that, so like everything was like coming like back to back. Now for those of y'all that aren't necessarily clear what's happening, is that ESPN is dropping their like a new ESPN app where basically like not only are you getting ESPN Plus, but you're also getting all of the ESPN channels that come on cable and everything. And also you're getting games that would typically come on ABC as well. So you're getting basically a whole big umbrella package all in one deal. The question that I had initially was that, like, for those of us that typically have ESPN Plus, like, does this mean that we have to buy this and the direct to consumer service? No. If you do the $29.99, you're getting everything. So with that in mind, I don't necessarily hate it, but at the same time, there is a part of me that's kind of like, what if I just want to buy a PLE and just be done with it? Like, you know, just like, hey, I want to buy WrestleMania, you know, by itself, leave me alone on everything else. Like, I'll pay the $50 because that's all I want to see, and go from there. But it's
what I will say is
my big thing is just like getting the library, because I'm like, it's nothing for me to be like on a Thursday night. You know, I'm gonna watch some old school Mid-South wrestling and watching on Peacock. Now with that uncertainty, I'm sure they'll probably have it straight before the end of the year. But at the same time, it's like, okay, like, because now you're talking about, okay, I gotta buy Netflix to watch Raw. I gotta make sure I got my cable or my Sling to watch SmackDown. Now I gotta go get this ESPN DTC to watch the PLEs. Like, it's kind of like being a soccer fan where like you're having to buy so many apps just to watch all these leagues. It's like now suddenly you got to buy all these apps just to watch WWE. So with that in mind, it's getting to be a lot real fast. And like, you know, I do worry about those who don't have cable and, you know, who have cut the cord. I mean, it's still an option for you, but it's much more expensive than what it is right now. And it's you know, like not everybody got $30 just to spend on, even though you get a whole lot with it, it's still $30 a month. So it's like,
yeah.
Like
Peacock has to hold on to something, but also I don't know if Peacock holding on to old WWE shows. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that I watch consistently on Peacock and it's on its off season is St. Dennis Medical.
I'm still waiting for Bella to come back because we got one more season.
I haven't touched that show for like a season and a half, and it's so like I have no reason. I can gladly now. Because I have ESPN Plus because Bundesliga, all the other like football that pops on.
Well, there is that one team that, you know, sometimes is on NBC and Peacock, you know, and USA on occasion.
Oh yeah, the Premier League stuff.
Yeah.
And Peacock's increasing their prices now too. So
yeah, that part. I mean, you know, it's like I said, for a lot of people, this is exactly why I say it's like being a soccer fan, because you're having to split up, you know, your funds just to watch. In this case, just watch one product. And I think that, you know, the lucky part is that if you do pay the $29.99, you're getting the mother load of ESPN content.
So
You do have that. It's not like MLS where you just pay like $29 and you're getting just one league. I'm like, no, like you're getting it's a very big value for everything that you're getting. But at the same time, again, not everybody like you're already like that $11.99 for Peacock. Like it was a tidy little amount. It wasn't much more than what people were paying for the WWE network. The days where we miss the WWE network on that $9.99, but here we are, you're talking about tripling that now. And, I admire them for expanding their platform. I do admire that, but
you
at the same time,
bootlicker, you would
no. Like I said, because here's the thing, because for the longest time, we know the deal where it's like it was almost like taboo to be a wrestling fan. Even if you got on ESPN or on Fox or on NBC, it was kind of like okay, you gotta hide your fandom in the shadows, basically. Now you're at a point where now you're on Saturday's Main Event on NBC. You got
fucking Joe Budden was out there on.
I saw that clip. I saw the clip of his feedback from being on Raw. I was like, that's hilarious. But yeah, they've been trying to go after this for so long, and now suddenly you're on Netflix, NBC, ESPN. It's pretty much we're at a point now where it's acceptable to be a wrestling fan now, and that's kind of less weird to see.
How are they going to shut out the holy shit chants? Because they're going to bleep that on in ESPN Plus. They're going to have to figure out.
No. They don't bleep it on there. Now, they did say that there's a avenue where some of the PLEs might get simulcast on, I guess, one of the ESPN channels. That part, yeah, you might want to worry about, but because they cuss all the time on UFC, so it's not going to be a big deal in that case.
That's fair.
But I will say that I hope to God that they don't get the library, because if people thought that NBC was bad as far as trying to sanitize all the old school stuff, you already know Disney ain't trying to play all that shit. So it's go ahead and come on Netflix. Come bring all that problematic old school shit over to Netflix. Please do that.
All right, they're gonna change everything. AI has updated. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what direction. So John Cena's a good guy now.
That was fascinating to see because we just missed all that on SmackDown on Friday, and I think even then it was kind of okay, is this bullshit or is he actually is this
hold on. Let's sit there for a second. B-Flem, whenever you saw the promo, did you think that it was a setup for him to turn heel on SummerSlam? Because that's what I thought.
It's a trap.
I didn't know what to think about it in the moment. I thought actually I know exactly what I thought in the moment. I thought if this was an actual face turn, it was a really good promo. The way they did it, I do kind of hate that it was shoehorned in that, though.
Just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. Yeah.
You didn't like the bad stuff. I didn't like the bad stuff. I'm good now.
I just don't want y'all to forget me. I'm
oh, John Cena.
He has feeling like the rest of us.
He turned face because Cody committed forgery. He forced him to sign his name on the SummerSlam contract. He fucked off for 2-3 weeks, and now he's back and he's good.
Was it the table shot or the forgery? It's which one was it?
I'm not that bad.
The premise of the face turn fucking sucks. The way they did the way John sold the promo was really good.
Yeah. It was almost too because again, because it was out of nowhere, it was hang on a second, are we about to get rope-a-doped up at SummerSlam, or what's really happening here? And of course, given what happened at SummerSlam, it's like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. But yeah, in the moment, it was like this, like I don't think I've ever seen like a face turn that happened just like that. That was surreal.
And I think John Cena is one of the few people who can do that because technically everyone wants to cheer him in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the only person who can go from being a heel for months at a time to
saying the shit that he said. It's like this dude was running down the fans cold, had them red for filth. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're good, right? You go back to cheer me? We're good?
Yeah.
Cool.
The fascinating thing there was that the interest at SummerSlam, because initially he was still doing like the Fade to Black entrance, and then all of a sudden it's like all the Giants colors were coming up, and like it's like and then like once he ran down the ramp like he used to, it was like it's like like getting all the old bits like he used to was like it got his own pop for each separate thing. But I mean, like this is what people wanted to see like all along. It's like, you wanted to do this before it was too late, and we still got like 4 months. But I think he skips all of October if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
he only has 9 dates left, so he almost has to.
Yeah, so like the target is still to end things in December. So I guess like with Brock now here he's gonna be there Friday, so that's 1 down. That's 8 to go, and yeah, you're gonna have to be pretty judicious with these last few appearances.
I do not want to get to Brock quite yet. So we might as well stay.
Let's talk about the rest of the show. Let's talk about the rest of SummerSlam.
Hey, and that's perfect. We got Seth Rollins cash in. We have the absolutely moment heavy tag team match that technically didn't really. It was the most cotton candy ass wrestling match I've ever seen. Like tons of sugar, like big flavor bombs, sure, but like the second it was over, I was like, wait,
I'm gonna have to write that down.
What happened?
Cotton candy match. That's a new one.
Candice LeRae, like you remember that moment? Yeah, like people fell through tables, people fell through chairs, people fell through ladders.
I mean, you know what? Because like back when they had their match back after WrestleMania this year, like that was so spur of the moment that like it felt organic. Here, it kind of felt like it was forced.
Well, it was just too much. Yeah, because it was too many people trying to like set up.
It was too many teams.
Two people are going to get slammed over there. Then 2 people are going to get slammed over here. Then they're going to run over there. Then they're going to run over there. Then they're going to run over there.
It's definitely a sensory overload where you're trying to keep up with so much all at one time, and like it's a complete train wreck. And obviously the whole spectacle of it all is like you want to be able to keep up with it, but again, like it's too many all at one time. And it's like this is why I keep saying less is more. Just like if they kept it like 4 teams, it might have been all right, or better yet, 3 teams, like the original TLC. But yeah, like just
and not to mention respectfully, all of the people. So there's tons of ladders, there's tons of tables, there's tons of just blockage. And then the seating, if you get too far back, you already having to like rely on the screens and the speakers more than you're able to actually see what's happening. So like half of the spots you're actually not even seeing. You're seeing like a person, and then they're gone, and then some stuff happens on one side, and then some stuff happens on your side. Like they did a good job at making sure everybody got to see at least 1 or 2 spots. But yeah, the match wasn't anything. Naturally, Charlotte and Alexa won their title. That's cool. We can move on. Jelly Roll didn't do a bad job, but like more of the Jelly Roll propaganda came out. Who was it?
Stacks.
Yeah, Stacks talking about how he was there at the development facility doing his thing every day.
Broke his finger in the first session and
powered through. Who cares about a broken finger? So yeah, like sure.
Some people, like I said, as much shit as they're talking about with Travis Scott lately, it goes to show you that he took the pain and kept rolling, and he got trained. He lost all the weight. More power to him. I think that because typically celebrities don't lose, right? So it's like I feel like they did that in order to kind of give him out to come back.
Oh gosh.
Probably.
Anyway, Tiffany, Stratton, fucking job Jade Cargill. Like sure, Jade got her moments, but
I was confused by that one. I don't know about you, B-Flem.
That title, bro. Bianca, it's Bianca's title to lose.
Yeah, but does that immediately put Jade back in there just because she knows her? Like,
yes and no. Yes and no, but I also feel like, when you look at Jade, just look at her and just like she is a mountain of a woman. She is, about 6 foot tall. I mean, chiseled stone, solid. I feel as though that's a woman that really shouldn't be losing that often. And I feel as though, one, it didn't take much to beat her, all considering. And two, like, there really wasn't much with what Tiffany did. I feel like, okay, this is what beat Jade. Word? Like, that's what we doing? And, like, Jade is just so unique that I feel as though they should be keeping her as clean as possible as far as not losing. And like, if this wasn't her time, then she really shouldn't have been there at all. So, I feel like they kind of did her a disservice as far as having her lose. But, again, like, I think Bianca's supposed to be finally coming back pretty soon. So I feel like that's probably at some point in the distance before the end of the year, maybe as far as the Rumble. But yeah, I feel like it's like, this is what beat her. Word? Like, I don't feel like Tiffany is that unstoppable to where she should have won that. But yeah, she's not crafty enough for all that.
Yeah, like like you're telling me that Tiffany Stratton is like grittier. It has like more stamina. It can persevere more than Jade Cargill.
She got more moves. She's crafty. She's wiry.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, no, that's fair.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Like it's frustrating. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm frustrated about all this. Okay. Any final thoughts before we move on to? We don't need to go through all of
her social Jade's social media. I feel like she was kind of digging into the criticism after that match, and it feels like I do feel like a possible heel turn is coming. It might not be on Friday, but I do feel like whenever she comes back on TV, yeah, I think it's coming.
Also, I don't know if you mentioned the. Did you mention the Roman match, the Roman and Jay match?
I did.
Not yet.
Okay.
Why? Go for it. What are your thoughts on
that? No, I was just saying I that was like the one match I saw pretty much in full from night one. And I liked it. It was serviceable, I think.
Yes. Serviceable.
it was serviceable. You could tell that Roman really loves wrestling Braun and Bronson. I think there was a lot of good chemistry there. Roman likes wrestling with Jay. Yes. Jay got off a bunch that he probably wouldn't normally do on a PLE. Like running the song back at the beginning of the match.
That was bad disrespectful. That was bad disrespectful.
That damn near fried me, but no, I like it.
Did you like the change for Jay going to shorts?
I guess I didn't even
I didn't even like fully clock that.
Yeah. Cause here's the funny thing there. It's like I noticed that, and then I noticed on Monday how Big Greggo, he like it's felt as though like his shorts got shorter. I was like, is this in response to Jade now having shorts? I'm like, because Grayson's fully on Hoochie Daddy shorts mode right now. So
the boxer shorts were too baggy.
I guess so. But it's at this point, I think we had to change Jay's nickname from Main Event Jey Uso to Kickoff Jey Uso because he kicked off Mania and won the belt. Now he's kicking off SummerSlam. I feel like this is his slot where it's like you go through the crowd, you get everybody hype, and then everybody's good for the rest of the show. So kickoff Jey Uso.
Kickoff isn't as big as
it's not. But hey, sometimes you gotta know your slot. Sometimes you are not. You gotta. Sometimes the main event is not. It's not your lane. It's not your ministry.
Oh my gosh!
His lane is kickoff.
That's fair.
But we do have to remember the main event nickname came from him main eventing Raw and main eventing SmackDown, which he still kind of does. So like until that.
So on Raw and SmackDown, he can be main event.
Main event Jey Uso, main eventing Raws. Oh, main event.
You just gotta know your lane. You gotta know your slot.
My gosh, that's great. For
the record, who got that right? Who called that? Who called that last week? Who called that last week?
I don't know. Was it me?
It was this guy.
And I'm a mark. I totally thought that he was hurt, but
hey, you know what? Like this is what. Like it's funny because I saw some people on the Bird Box complaining about how people were misled. I'm like, clearly y'all wouldn't have been able to handle misled. Like clearly y'all wouldn't have been able to handle like kayfabe back in the day because clearly y'all don't know how this game works.
1,000%. If they're saying that they were misled, it's just like, what the fuck is your problem?
Like, dog, like you had to live that gimmick. Hilarious. Like he had everybody roped in. And then like I said, like and that's us included. And like I forgot like what it was that I saw last week to kind of like have me like, maybe this is
was it the Rich Eisen show?
No, actually that had me more convinced that he was hurt because he nailed the tone down perfectly for like what was going on. Like he wasn't like because like the freaking character is so over the top that like whenever he gets to turn it down, it feels like, oh, this is something totally different. But
right. He's being serious.
Yeah. And but yeah, like as soon as he walked backwards and I saw him sit up straight, I was like, oh shit. Like all I could do was just laugh. I was like, this guy got everybody. This got everybody good.
Man, just throwing the crutches. People are like
that was some Baptist revival shit. Like, I have been healed.
I'm healed. Hallelujah.
Oh man, but no.
And then I'm gonna go ruin your life once again. CM Punk.
You know, it's one of those things where this is the hate that we live for. This is the hate that we live for because
we're actually hold on. Like, were you so when CM Punk won?
Mm-hmm.
Were you just waiting for Seth Rollins to show up?
Go ahead.
Yeah. He's a Chicago man.
I did see like the very end of the Gunther Punk match, and I was very gassed for that. And then I saw Seth Rollins music play, which I was like subconsciously the broadcast was going on for a little too long, so I knew he was gonna come out in some fashion. And since he was coming out in some fashion, I knew it was like he definitely faked this injury. I do have to admit though, the way that he revealed that was cold. It was
cold-blooded.
That was cold-blooded. That was straight energy. That was a screenshot that will live in my head for a while, for good and bad reasons, because I so wanted Punk to walk out with that title.
And it's funny because, like, for those of y'all that remember back when Punk beat Cena for the world title in Chicago at the Rosemont, like, he used proper logic. Because the old man tried to have Alberto come in and cash in his money in the bank, and he left through the stands. This was your perfect opportunity. Like, you know what? I am out of here. And instead, you can just tell, like, as soon as the music hit, he was like, I am so fucked. Because he knew, like, given the match that he had with Gunther, it was like, I have no more energy. I can't do shit now. So, like, I will say that
back, but then you get whacked with the suitcase a few times.
Yeah, hey, sometimes you gotta put some stank on it and make sure, hey, sit your ass down. But I definitely think that first of all, that match with Punk and Gunther was that was a real slobber knocker. Like, oh my, like, hard hitting. Like it wasn't for the faint of heart. It was like, hey, you're gonna have to basically kill me to beat me. And like when Gunther came out with that blood, I was like, first of all, that's a bit much. Like they kind of OD'd on that one. But,
I know it did look like he like cut himself a little too far or something.
Yeah, it was like oh no, I can't stop it. I can't stop the bleeding. But it's funny because, like, for those of y'all that know his Punk's backstory with AEW and how he said, like, when he lost the belt to Moxley, how like he'd never seen Rocky 3. Clearly, you've seen Rocky 4 because like that whole last sequence, that was all Rocky 4. But like as soon as because once Gunther panicked when he saw the blood, it was like, okay, like that's how Punk got his comeback. But yeah, I thought when Seth came out with his knee brace, I was like, he's probably still hurt. And then of course he turned around, and like the moment he stopped, I was like, shit.
See, and I was the opposite. He came out and he had the knee brace, and I was like, oh, here we go. They come out acting like they're hurt, and then they take it off and then go and attack. But he like stood there on the crutches, yelling and stuff. When I'll come back, I got you.
Yeah.
Keep me in mind. And then he turned around and walked. And I was like, damn, he is hurt. And then he stopped and threw it. And yeah, I'm just jumping up and down, losing my mind. Oh my goodness.
Because like what I think, like, I wasn't fully convinced until I saw him running. I was like, oh nah, he's definitely
blew up my wall.
And then of course they showed the behind the scenes clips of Becky in the back say like, oh no, did I deceive you? Oh no. Like, dog, like, again, this is the type of hate that you live for.
America's most despicable couple. Oh.
Yeah. This is the type of hate that you live for. Like this is why when wrestling is good, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And that was a moment it was like, oh wow, they got everybody. They got everybody good.
Yeah, boy. I'm trying to think. I was like, okay. Moving on to Raw, because I mean, some of the storylines from SummerSlam continued on Raw. Oh shoot, what was it? The Vision. That's the name of Seth Rollins' group now. The Vision.
Is it? I thought that was what's his face's group? No, that was the Way. That was the Way.
Yeah. The Vision. So the Vision is a thing. We got that going. That's, hey, at least we got a name. And the fact that the name is coming 3 months into this, that to me says the group's not going anywhere anytime soon. Like it's at least going to be around for another 3 months.
No, it'll be around until Mania at least.
Well, yeah, I assume it's Braun versus Seth.
No, you dog. You cannot tell me the way that night one ended that there is no other scenario other than Punk and Rollins at Mania in Vegas. That is it. Now, I can't tell you there is the backup scenario would probably be Punk and Braun.
Someone's going to be in there. There's going to be a third in there.
No. Like that hatred can only be handled one-on-one. Like of course, at this past WrestleMania, you had Roman. Like, no, the belt is the third person.
Yeah, but they've been wrestling, so it has to be like a Hell in a Cell or something. They're still
possibly, but yeah, like because like given how they kind of tied things,
they did the Netflix premiere. Like this has been done so many times, and I get that with the greatness of these people, like you can go back to it really as many times as you can, but like it's gonna have to be elevated somehow, some way. It can't
probably. But I think that the way
Street Fight,
up,
what is it? The give I quit or whatever that match is.
Possibly.
Yeah, something it's gonna have to be something like that.
I do think that is happening. I think Punk and Rollins do have to have some sort of stipulation match for that title. I think it comes earlier than Mania. I think the Mania match that you're building to would probably have to be Rollins and Reigns.
No, because especially with again Monday really set the table for a whole lot going forward because by the looks of it looks like LA Knight might be on Raw now, and basically you have Punk, Seth, Roman, LA Knight, and then you also have the Bronze on the outside. So you could pretty much mix and match that up for like pretty much for the rest of the year, and that'll probably take you to at least Mania, and you might have an interaction with Punk and Seth, but for the most part, it won't be conclusive, and that'll leave it to where Punk either wins the Rumble or wins the Elimination Chamber, and that's where he gets Rollins. Because already like just inserting in LA Knight was huge because obviously they had their moment at Saturday Night's Main Event that went unresolved.
Yeah, he technically won.
Then you had the match on Monday that went unresolved because Punk got involved. So that's like you already kind of have a 3-way going on right there. And possibly even a 4-way in Paris. So you probably had like Punk, LA, Seth and Roman in a 4-way. That'll break off into its own thing. And mind you still kind of have Roman and Punk. They kind of have like their animosity and everything. So that might end up being its own thing. So I don't think it's automatic right now that Punk and Seth get there right away. Like they got time. They got plenty of time.
They do have plenty of time. But my big thing is you're definitely building for a fatal 4-way at Clash in Paris right now. I think you're also setting the seeds for War Games, Survivor Series.
I can see that
right now.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
You
can reinsert Jay up in that, possibly Jimmy, and yeah.
And so my big thing is there's two big matches that you're planning for Seth Rollins. One is CM Punk. The other is Roman Reigns.
I feel like Seth and Roman it's going to happen at the Rumble again. That's my bet. Especially if they're talking about possibly that's going to be 2 nights next year. So
like that spot.
I know. Because trust me, I hate that entirely.
I'm not trying to divert. I'm just
here's why I say I don't like Rollins and Reigns at the Rumble. It's because I don't think Rollins and Reigns needs the world heavyweight title. Yeah. I think Seth
it does.
Yeah, they have history though.
They have so much history, and remember the last time they fought for the title, it was at the Rumble, and that was also that ended up in a DQ. So, because I feel as though with the way things are going, I feel as though there's going to be something that kind of brings Roman over to SmackDown. That's my hunch. But
okay, we're getting way in the weeds of fantasy.
the weeds is where we at, man.
We can keep moving. Yeah, I'm trying. What are we don't have to stay here long because I do want to talk a little bit about Cody Rhodes. But what are they doing with this Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss? Are they just going to keep them together until people start booing Charlotte again? And then they make Alexa do the heel turn to keep Charlotte as the face a little bit longer. Like, what is going on with this? And again, we don't have to get too deep in on this because we want to kind of quick hits. We got a few things before we get to Cody and then the Beast.
Go ahead, B.
I don't know. I feel like they're keeping them together because they're working more than they're keeping them together because Alexa's getting cheers for Charlotte. I feel like the dynamic is really working there. Now Charlotte definitely didn't need another title reign, but Alexa certainly did. And I feel like
yes,
this is a dynamic that is working. It's a nice change of pace, in my opinion, for a women's tag division that absolutely needed it in a bad way. Now, I would still like to see some actual women's tag teams in the women's tag team division.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I think they're really gelling well. It's receptive with the crowd. And I'm just interested to see where they go with it because there's only so much more you can do with Raquel and Roxanne. Of course, I would want to see the Kabuki Warriors involved with the tag title discussion. But then outside of that, it's a blank slate pretty much.
The part I found fascinating was actually the segment on Raw before the rematch. Because like I feel as though Charlotte is still trying to be the old Charlotte, and I feel as though there's more money in kind of like deconstructing Charlotte right now and be like, hey, let all this Flair shit go and like and show us the way I called it online was like it's Ash by Charlotte. But
and I completely I'm with you 100% because when she came out first, she put her arms out waiting for her pyro, and then her song gets cut, and she even goes, "Wait,
hello,
before my pyro?" Like you catch her saying that. Wait, before my pyro? Like I don't get my pyro. Like there is still like levels to this that even Charlotte needs to be like, "Oh right, this isn't about me.
We're together. We're together."
Like yeah.
Now I will say that I feel as I mean, obviously, I think people would expect Charlotte to turn on Alexa, but at the same time, like if it's Alexa, here's the problem. Alexa's like 5 foot tall and like a
that's why she has to be the bad person because she needs to be like take the advantage and be mischievous, and that's supposed to be like her thing. She honestly she needs to just join Judgment Day and just her and Liv be just evil little blondies together.
But no, like there's such a size disparity to where it's like nobody's gonna really take her seriously against Charlotte, and I'm like she would have to like find like some new partner that might be where Raquel comes in and be like, hey, I need to be able to neutralize this disadvantage and turn it into a strength. So
Raquel and just a bunch of tiny little
right.
Liv Alexa.
Raquel and the littles. Raquel and the littles. and it is even worse when Liv comes back. I'm like, yeah, just Raquel and the littles.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Okay. people really do not care about this Rusev Sheamus situation. And I can't say that I blame them. And it's not for the lack of fighting and trying. And they're giving them the time. They're letting them murder each other in and out of the ring. Like, yeah, they're doing backstage brawls. Like, they're giving them every single opportunity and chance for the crowd to heat and enjoy it and love it, and they're not really doing that.
I feel like fans want to go back to Rusev Day, but at the same time, like that Rusev is gone, you know.
But they also don't seem to care about Rusev, so that's
still because they don't care about this Rusev because they care about the old Rusev Day Rusev, and like that guy's gone.
Difference? I'm sorry because I wasn't aware of that Rusev. So like, what is he doing that's so different?
I mean, for one, like that was largely a babyface, and you know he was kind of like silly and playful and all that stuff. Like he fed into what the crowd was giving him, and because it kind of grew organically back then, and like now you're like he's more so like a more fleshed out version of what he was doing in AEW, and I like that version. Just to be clear, but at the same time,
I like Rusev. I enjoy what him and Sheamus are doing. It's great. It's literally meaty men slapping meat.
It is
it's not
banger after banger.
And
exactly. It's all of those things, and the crowd doesn't give a fuck.
You know, I feel like part of it is, like I said, part of it is you know the Rusev part, but I also feel like at this point, like what else can you do with Sheamus?
Give him the IC title.
No,
give him the IC title. It's the only title he's missing for his Grand Slam that he deserved about 4 years ago. Give him the IC title.
But if we give it to him, can he retire? Because I'm like, again, like he's been around for like a solid.
They just use him for like photos and shit, bro.
Yeah, like they use him to bring to the NBC Premier League mornings, and that's
1,000%. He's at every single one of them.
Granted, I am biased towards Sheamus because he is a Dortmund fan as well. So,
but yeah, like other than that, like, I feel like he can go. He can really go. Like I know I think he's kind of homies with Triple H, but I feel like. You know, like he's been around too long. Like this is where having all these companies is supposed to help. Where it's like, okay, like I can let this guy go and let him go elsewhere, make money elsewhere. Like he did not have to just stay here for like 15, 20 years. I'm like, go somewhere, man, please.
Yeah, like go make him a personality at UFC or something. Like have him do the like sideline ring commentating.
He can literally be working on NBC. You know, like he could be a pitch reporter at Liverpool games. Like do that shit.
He can do exactly what Michael Richards does. There's not much of a difference, honestly.
You're not far off. You're not far off.
Right, bro. Okay, let's get to. Okay, so Cody Rhodes wins. Where does he go now? Like he had a little bit of an edge, but John Cena going face canceled that out. So now who's he wrestle? Like what's happening? I don't know.
McIntyre.
So, I can see that. I do have
who's again?
No, they haven't had anything in a while.
Well, I mean McIntyre himself. He has been on kind of an L streak.
Yeah, I feel that. This is where, again, like, given how things kind of panned out for SummerSlam, I do feel as though, because we haven't done it yet this year, I do feel that there's an opening that's coming up where they could have a draft and kind of shake things up. Because I do feel like we've been dealing with the same roster for the better part of about a year and a half now, and I feel like now would be a good time to just shake it up a little bit. And like you're already seeing like Chelsea Green and the Hervis coming over to Raw. Looks like LNA's coming over to Raw. Like I'm trying to think, has anyone come over to SmackDown yet? But I'm like, this is where like I feel like honestly, given the way things ended on at SummerSlam, this is the perfect opportunity for Gunther to come over to SmackDown.
And I get that for the sake of advertising and things like that, you need people in specific shows so you could raise money. But
well,
I don't know.
They got money now. They got money.
Exactly. Well, it's just other than champions, even though the champions are the ones who can jump from whatever show they want, but they should just have it be an open roster, and maybe we just happen to see people more on one show than another. But if they happen to wrestle on Raw or SmackDown, that can be the fun part. Like they similarly to what they're doing with LA Knight. Like all of a sudden he's on Raw now. Like it's only a big deal because they're the ones who have established Raw and SmackDown rosters.
Mm-hmm. So I have two thoughts there. One, the roster's too big for it to be just one big thing. It's way too big. And with it being too big,
you think people will get pushed out because of that?
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. 100%. People are already getting pushed out now.
Yeah. I think that a big reason why you have issues like with guys like Rusev and Sheamus, because there's just too few spots at the top, and other people have to kind of figure out the way underneath all that.
Yeah, that's why there's 3 El Grande Americanos.
I mean, you got to get in where you fit in, man. Like the list of Jacob, but it's something where there's just the roster's just way too big, but I do feel as though, let's say in a dream scenario, you could consolidate the main belts, and basically it would be like those guys would be the only ones that could shift over. So if you do become a champion, now you're able to be on both shows. I feel like that might be the only scenario where I think it could probably work. But yeah, like there's still way too many people. Way too many.
Man, these next set of cuts are gonna hurt everybody's soul because, like you said, the roster's so deep. There are gonna be people who get cut who just aren't on television, but the crowd
and they're good. Yeah. Like right
good.
now, like it's a great problem to have because you have so much depth that's just not just on Raw and SmackDown. You gotta factor in NXT as well. Because remember, it's like shit. Like people have been waiting for guys like Trick and Obafemi to come up on the main roster for a hot minute now, and they're basically saying like, hey, it would be better for those guys to be on the top of NXT than to be on the main roster, and they kind of flounder because they're obviously not going to be in a world title picture anytime soon. So I mean, you see what happened with Carmelo when he got moved up. Like he's basically been like lower end of the mid card. So it's like you have to be careful as far as like when you move these guys up, because if you have nothing really strong like that for them, it's easy for them to kind of like get forgotten about. Like at least in Melo's case, he's used pretty regularly, so like he's still visible, but it's not like he's challenged for. He's not won a belt yet. Obviously he's not nowhere near the main event. So it's like you have to be careful as far as how you elevate these people.
That's fair. Okay, Cody wins the title, takes it from John Cena, who turns face, which means he needed all of those dirty shenanigans at the end of matches to win in the first place. And Brock Lesnar comes out to kind of a ravenous pop. At least that's what they made it sound like. We don't know what it actually sounded like in the crowd. But yeah, I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. People are going to lose their shit. Triple H basically said he put it on John Cena. John Cena kind of just said he's going with, what he thinks things will go well for WWE. Nobody really wants to take the blame. But also, we've seen Triple H kicking it behind Donald Trump, spitting water outside the White House, trying to make America fit again.
The funny part there is how he's supposed to be like helping get college football straight. I'm like, this man ain't played college football a day in his life, right. And like what are we doing? And yeah, like, keep going, because like that whole thing is funny.
It like obviously if you don't know by now, like Brock Lesnar has a weird case, and he is named in a he's named as a person involved in this overarching case. So like he is not the protagonist in the lawsuit.
Correct.
But he is in it for some like weird shit. And to then expect people to just kind of see this, get angry, and then move on. And then even on Raw, I don't know if you saw it, but Michael Cole goes, I sat and talked to them about Brock Lesnar, and I thought it was going to cut off and be like an actual interview.
Yeah.
But he was basically just like, they said, we called him. It's time, come home. And he said, let's do it. That's all. And it's like, wait.
No. Hang on. Because here's the funny part about all that. Because like, I don't know if y'all noticed, like they got rid of the scrums, and like
just randomly, nobody knew why.
And I'm like, given everything that happened last week, I was like, oh, you don't want to talk to media now? Like, why don't you want to talk to the media at this point? And between that and then bringing back Brock, it's like, oh, you really don't want to talk to the media. It's like, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk to Joe Tessitore and Big E, and and y'all, and good luck with that with everybody else. So, like they think they slick, man. They think they slick as shit.
Control the media, control the narrative, and that's always wrestling's thing, but they're just getting better at it. B-Flem, there have been multiple times where I've seen you look like you were passing away.
I have thoughts about this. I have thoughts about
let's hear the thoughts.
This move is ignorant at best, malicious at worst, because you're bringing back a guy. Sure, he may be a legend in terms of what he's done in the WWE. Sure, he may be one of the most big ticket people that, for some reason, half the fan base has been clamoring for. But you brought back somebody that has been named 44 times in this Vince McMahon case as a willing participant in the trafficking that he allegedly went through. I don't want to get us sued or anything. So allegedly, everything is alleged. But you brought back somebody that was named 44 times. You brought back somebody that willingly participated in this ring, which automatically makes this an unsafe space for everybody top to bottom, whether you're staff, whether you are a wrestler, anybody that is working behind the scenes. It's automatically an unsafe space as soon as he walks in that room. And that is a massive fumble on Triple H's part. It shows that there is no regard for the safety of their talent and their employees, but it also just shows to your fans what you're okay with letting go. They're challenging the fans' intelligence. It's working on half the people, to be completely honest, because the amount of people I've seen celebrating Brock Lesnar being back is asinine. But it's an insult to the fans to think, oh, we're just going to be okay with somebody that is involved in one of the worst cases in modern WWE history. And you think we're just going to go back and just like support you after that? No, that's just not what's going to happen. So it's really disappointing. That's why I'm pirating everything from now on. I'm straight up not giving them a cent of revenue from ratings or anything, but it wasn't a necessary thing to do. He has 9 dates left. You could have done so much more. John Cena has 9 dates left. You could have done so much more.
Are you telling me Brock only has 4 dates or something? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know what you do with Brock after this John Cena feud is the thing.
Oh no. There is one match that people have been wanting for a very long time. That's absolutely the easiest money that you can do, and that's probably getting that Brock and Gunther match. There is that, but.
Is it worth it though? Is it worth the trouble? Is my question.
Now nothing
is worth the trouble.
Is it? Is it just because again it's just big meaty men slapping meat? But like I don't.
You just did the same shit with Gunther and look how that turned out.
I feel like there's.
I don't know about that.
here's my thing. Because I feel like if you obviously because of the case, like you had to go through legal and see like, okay, like with everything that's been said and put out in the lawsuit, are they in the clear to where it's not going to bite them in the ass? I mean, sure, in public opinion, that's his own thing, but just straight up legally, are we going to be in some shit if we actually bring him back? If I can only assume that they did that and they said, okay, like we're in the clear, because if they didn't and that shit bites from the ass, like they got lucky with SummerSlam, because given how the minimum was looking earlier in the summer, things were looking really down. Now all of a sudden you had a good SummerSlam. Now you have this ESPN deal. It's like, do you want to fuck that up by bringing back somebody who really, like, it's kind of like Hogan, where it's like, do you want to bring this guy back now?
It's
like,
all about perception.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like they take away the media, so the media can't make it seem any bigger than it already is.
Mm-hmm.
They tamper it down from the WWE perspective. Then they announce this whole ESPN deal. So any prospective sponsors who might want to step away are like, uh-oh, money.
And that's just it, because
all day. And so like that's when it comes down to it. Like as long as the money comes in, as long as that arrow keeps pointing up, even despite trouble and nonsense and chaos and bigotry and misogyny and sex trafficking.
Remember,
it is what it is.
Remember, the old man didn't get put out until the sponsor started bitching. So, like, so clearly, if nothing else, if the sponsors start bitching, that's what it's going to be like. Okay, like I don't know about it. Say, mind you, you're now in bed with Disney now, so it's like you really need to be on top of that shit, because I'm pretty sure if the moment that they get wind of all that, be like, okay, like this guy got to go. So
man, they got Pat McAfee, and
Pat McAfee hasn't been in that type of lawsuit. He got another lawsuit.
Not like sex crim, but like he's throwing around the isms and the itcheries.
My big thing is, if we go back to last year when everything was like branching out.
Yeah,
you had Brock removed from WWE 2K24 altogether before it even dropped. You blurred him out from a bunch of different highlight packages that you put through. You barely even said his name unless it was like absolutely necessary. So for me, combined with all this other stuff Triple H was doing leading up to SummerSlam, it just feels like WWE has re-lost their morals because the sponsors started coming back up. So I mean, it's
maybe they're feeling themselves, because I feel like with this stuff coming that just went down, it's like, okay, like they got that dip on the chip, and they're like, hey, we can do some risky shit, and we'll be all right. Now again, like I just hope for them this shit's all clear, because if it's not, again, like you saw how many people were bitching online about him being back. Now, granted, you did have a crazy pop when he came out there.
It was insane.
But at the same time, it's like you're fighting those two reactions, where it's like the people in the stands, they're happy to see him. Where people online are like, what the fuck?
But you saw that they used that in Raw, or maybe you didn't, but they were like 70 million interactions about the Brock Lesnar clip. It's like,
good or bad, they love reactions. They say good or bad, they want it. So
it's all the same.
Yeah, and the other thing is like there's nothing that has come out that has cleared his name. Like this case is still fresh and ongoing. So were they like, oh, nothing has come out, maybe he's actually clear? Me personally, I'd be like, nothing else has come out, we cannot bring him back, because he still is not, there's nothing clearing him right now.
Trumpy buddy, can you pardon some friends for me?
I mean, I don't think there's anything in the case where he actually needs to be pardoned. At the same time, it's the fact that you're involved. But it's the fact that he's involved in any of it, and he hasn't been officially cleared.
That's technically so is WWE, and that's what makes it weird. It's Old Man in WWE and Brock Lesnar. So WWE brings back Brock Lesnar, and it's go do TNA or something. I don't know. And obviously he's way bigger than TNA, but it's just like it's just weird that while this case is still ongoing, you're coming back to WWE.
I find it very coincidental that during the Hogan tributes that they snuck in like one picture of the old man up in there. It's like I see what you did there. Of course, mind you, you can't really tell the story of Hogan without him, but at the same time, it's like they've been like hard, like absolutely nothing related to the old man, but they made that one exception. So it's again, like I hope they're not like, I know he's been on the books this whole time, but at the same time, like, would it really hurt y'all to just be like, hey, let's wait until all this stuff is absolutely clear before we even try to bring this guy back?
You would think. You would think.
But that's what happens. Like that's how ego fucks with you. The ego fucks with, like, you think that you're on some high shit right now, and then you realize, oh no, we made a bad mistake. Like, I've been watching The Wire the past week. I'm on season 3 where Amsterdam fell to shit, and it's like, yeah, sometimes like you might have a good idea, then you realize, oh no, we really fucked up. And like, no, like this dog. It's been 20 years. If you ain't watched it by now, I don't know how you managed to do that, but still, you need to watch it.
All right, yeah. That's everything. We covered at least all the things that I really care about. NXT, they're doing their thing. AEW, they're doing their thing. We'll see. Let's not keep cooking.
I mean, I do like what they did on Monday. I was listening to Busted Open the other day, and there was one thing that they pointed out that I was like, because remember when Bronson took out Seth, he did like 5 or 6 tsunamis. He only gave Roman 3, and I'm like, if this supposed to be your enemy, like, what did Seth do? Because clearly you were pissed at him. But it's like the weaving that they did I think they did a really good job of setting that up. The way I feel as though that's going to carry them all the way in, like I said, to the end of the year. So, that's the kind of stuff that you want, to where it brings some people up. At the same time, you'll be able to continue the story for a hot minute. But I mean, obviously we have SmackDown on Friday, and if I know Cena's on there, I think Brock is on there as well. So, I guess we got to go ahead and get that story cooking. So, whatever it is, it'll be a good time, not a long time.
Really. All right, B-Flem. Thanks for joining. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Same places, same spots. 50 plus donor. Twitch.tv/B_Flem on Blue Sky. B-Flem B-Sky.social. Still doing a lot of the same things. I would say the jersey, but the jersey will be done for by the time this is out. Stay tapped in.
You can find me on Blue Sky at Greggo.ftcutd.com. You can find the mothership at ftcutd.com on Blue Sky, FTCUTD Pod on IG, who apparently they can now repost stuff, so that's actually been pretty cool. And occasionally, I'm on the Bird Box as well. But it's fun this past weekend, having, May United up in town. Somehow, some way we're broke, but somehow, some way we still spent $200 million in our tax. So we're baby massive. Get at us. Got the swag. I actually did a city jersey not too long ago. Like, you'd be proud of me, man. I restored a 2016 Aguero jersey. I did that.
Follow the pod. YWF Podcast. YFW Podcast.
Spell it.
We are on Instagram. We are on Blue Sky. YFW Podcast. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Who cares about me? If you follow any of those things or Shades of Blue and W, by somehow, some way, you'll find me. So it's all chill. We will be back next weekend for some more wrestling. Greg, I'll say the thing.
Sorry, AEW. I'd barely watch all that on Dynamite, so it is what it is. But yeah, got your boy Greggo, B-Flem, CrunkChocolate. This is your favorite wrestling podcast. Until next week, if you can't be good, don't be like Brock.
Don't be like Brock.